Hey, friends. Tonight is not my normal show. This is not tech. This is not content creation. This is a human being. This is me as a human being who's sitting with anger and grief and confusion, and I need to say it out loud. I'm not here to convince you of any political position. I'm not here to attack anyone. I'm here because something feels deeply wrong. And staying silent feels worse. I just want to say this clearly right up front. I'm independent. I vote on issues. I don't vote on party lines. I love people across the political spectrum. Some of my closest friends disagree with me on almost everything. And if you're watching this and you feel defensive already, please hear me when I say this. I am not talking at you. I am talking from my heart. Because what's happening in this country right now, especially with the recent killings and the aggressive enforcement actions, has shaken me. Not because of politics, but because of people. When lives are lost and the response feels like, automated and defensive and dehumanizing, something inside me breaks. When the rule of law becomes a shield against accountability instead of a commitment to justice, we've lost the plot. When leaders say we're just enforcing what we promised, as if promises excuse cruelty, that's when my spirit revolts. I want to speak to you carefully because faith gets weaponized really fast. And I know that you can't really consider America a Christian country. But many people who support these actions claim to be Christian. But to me, this is not what Christ looks like. Jesus didn't hide behind authority. He didn't excuse harm by pointing to policy. He didn't dismiss sufferings as collateral damage. And before anyone says you're judging, let me be clear. I am not judging actions. I'm judging actions. I'm judging actions. I'm not judging people. My faith tells me to respect leaders. It also tells me to stand against injustice in the world. And right now, those things feel like they're colliding. They have been for some time. And I don't have clear answers. I'm sitting in discomfort. But obedience to God has never meant silence in the face of harm. I live in a red state. I've watched politics turn into identity, and identity turn into something dangerously close to religion. When any leader's words are treated as unquestionable truth, that's not conservatism or patriotism. That is idolatry, and it terrifies me. I wrote my representatives. I got a response that felt like rhetoric and not listening. It was very formulaic. And that hurt me more than silence. I would have rather they just didn't say anything at all. If leaders stop listening to grief, they will eventually stop hearing truth. If you disagree with me tonight, I still respect you. We're still friends. If you're angry with me, I care about you anyway. If you feel the same mix of rage and helplessness, you're not alone. I'm not asking you to adopt my conclusions. I'm asking you not to ignore your conscience. I don't think screaming online fixes this. I don't think canceling people fixes this. But silence absolutely doesn't. And this has been eating me up. So here's what I'm doing. I'm paying attention. I'm writing to leaders, even when the response disappoints. I'm praying for wisdom and courage. And tonight, instead of swallowing this, I'm speaking. This channel is about learning and growth and becoming better human beings and trying to support others and lifting people up. And sometimes that means talking about tech. And sometimes that means naming pain. If we can't grieve together, we will eventually turn on each other. And I don't want that. I want us to be better than that. And that's all I'm going to say about that.